Boom. We are live, baby. Live. Pub Sports Radio, Thursday, February 17th. A little new commercial action there. Max, how you doing today? How are you feeling? What's going on in the mind, my man?
Yeah, listen, I'm sitting here trying to focus on college basketball, Connor, but I got a 3 pack of Twinkies to the right of me, and they're just calling my fucking name. They're just like, Max, like, forget college basketball. Just eat us. Just eat us. And I'm just like, no, you sons of bitches. You're delicious. You're filled with freaking good sugar and diabetes filled stuff. But no, you're staying in the package, and I'm just going to use you as a motivator. So, Gonzaga,
Motivation.
go fuck yourself. I hope that you slip on a banana peel. And Twinkies, you got to wait till I earn you. And I haven't earned you as of yet today.
Yeah, I just unreal with them. Yeah, fuck them. Anyways, how'd the rest of your night go? Other than that,
Other than that, it was fine. The added board was my friend last night. The main board wasn't, and I made a little bit of money live, but I gave back a chunk of it trying to chase some losses on Fresno State. So, fuck you, Bryce Hamilton. I hope that when you go to the casino, they book you and fucking put you at a table where they have a rigged stack deck against you.
shout out to my guy, Bryce Hamilton. Uh, Phenomenal score. I didn't want it for last night, but they showed up on the road. It's hard to find out when UNLV would do it. I thought it was a decent team just because Fresno's not world beaters covering numbers. And that's not that six is crazy, but it was very tweener for me for both sides. I definitely didn't want to lay it.
Oh,
And
damn, Connor.
yeah.
You know what I just missed as we were starting the show?
Mm-hmm.
A call from an international scammer trying to tell me that the government needs my social insurance number and my bank accounts and that
Oh,
I
yeah.
owe some money. Oh, it would have been funny if I picked up one of those phone calls on the show. I definitely think that Pub Sports would have had to delete the video afterwards for the things that I would say to these people. But goddamn, it's fucking funny when they call and I actually answer it.
Those are, they seem like they've gotten crazier. And once they get your number, it just doesn't stop. And yeah, all the things they say are crazy. And they go after old people. And this one it did it. Your son's in jail. He said, oh, you got a son. Like they just want you to like bail them. They have all these. Yeah. Anyways, stay off the scam phone calls.
Yeah,
Lesson of the day.
I noticed
Yeah.
your auto insurance on your truck
Mm-hmm.
is behind. Like, motherfucker, I drive a car.
I know. Get the hell out of here. Shit. Well, yeah, but there's a sucker born every minute too. That's an idiot that does that. So, but screw you to the scammers. Beat the street. Lesson of the day. Let me hit mine last night real quick, Max, because let's get into the line movement. My guy. Oh, the Georgia LSU under hurt that second half. All those points, just meaningless points. Just got it over. Pretty sad to see. Um, After that first half, I thought I was sitting pretty, but college basketball, 90-point half can happen. And it did. George Mason, though, I'm happy. I got an OT that got me the over there. St. Joe's, George Mason. And I just wish I was all over heavy on St. John's, on that lead. They went out and kicked ass versus Xavier. So it was just kind of ho-hum for me. It was a decent night. A little bit profitable for me. But let's get to today. Let's get with it. Give me your line movement, Max. Hit me up. We got a huge card. Always Thursdays, massive card, especially on the West Coast. We got the late night games, which I always love. Hit me with what's caught your eye from last night to right now, side and totals, my guy.
Yeah, we've seen a couple point move towards the over in the Northern Illinois Akron game as high as 128 right now. Then I have to go down the board and I have to stop at Drexel and William and Mary and Middle Tennessee and FIU, who both had 139.5 totals. Both lines have moved towards the over at 142 and 143.5, respectively. I think that obviously we got to look at the Michigan Iowa game that the total's gone from 151 to 148.5. So it is the 150 rule right there. Unders could be the spot tonight. We have seen Chattanooga go as low as an 8.5-point favorite at home versus UNC Greensboro, who's playing their best basketball of the year. I have to then talk about James Madison and College of Charleston, where we've seen about a 1.5 line move towards the under. Very surprising considering how much defense these teams play and how up and down their offensive tempo usually is. Elon and Delaware went from a 142 total down to 138.5. We've also seen Georgia State and Georgia Southern's total go from 130 to 133. Going down the board, we do stop at another Sun Belt game with Coastal Carolina and South Alabama. South Alabama visiting Coastal Carolina, and the total being 136, now down as low as 134.5. When we go over to the Horizon League, we have to mention IUPUI and Robert Morris, who surprisingly their total went from 122.5 to as high as 125, with IUPUI only scoring 60 points or more against one Division I team all year long. Then I have to scroll down and I look towards some of the 7:30 games and I stop on Louisiana Tech and UTEP. This is a spot where we've seen the total go from 142 down as low as 140. Down again with the Sunbelt teams and ULM and ULL, we have seen their total open up at 138.5, Connor, and it's down to 135.5 at its lowest. Then for a spread and a big spread in conference, Arizona is a 27-point favorite, down to 23.5 at its lowest. Very interesting line move when it comes to that game. Speaking of interesting line move, Charlotte and Western Kentucky opening up at 146, down as low as 141.5 right now. Big steam, lots of middling room right there. Obviously, when we talk about some games that usually are going towards the over, we could talk about a Summit League that has moved towards the under. Western Illinois, South Dakota State, a 162.5 total down to 160.5. Very interesting move from that standpoint. I think that cruising down to another Summit League game, and there's actually going to be two of them, Oral Roberts and North Dakota State, not surprisingly to anyone, in a big must-win game for Oral Roberts, went from 152.5 to as high as 155. And with UMKC having Josiah Alec back, it probably is going to increase the quality of front court defense that you get from the Kangaroos, and their total in their game versus North Dakota opened at 144 and is now down to 140.5. I think that when we look at another game in the 8:30, 9 o'clock slate, and I'm speaking Eastern time because that's the time zone that matters. No offense to you West Coasters. But Sacramento State and Weber State have a total at 140.5 and is down as low as 138. Not a ton of spread moves, not big steam moves yet. There still are a ton of injuries that have to be figured out as far as whether or not guys are playing tonight. And when I go and look at some of these West Coast games that I'm excited for, because I've been enjoying West Coast basketball because there's only a couple games on and I can really focus live betting on them, is Oregon and Arizona State, Connor. 134.5 on the total to as high as 137 right now. So very interesting line move. Aside from that, I think that's all that I'm really going to touch upon, except for one game, is the Creighton DePaul game. We've seen that total go from 135 to as high as 140.5.
Crazy.
So very interesting line move from that. And that's about it, because we got a big game. We got a big slate. It's probably more important that we talk about the games instead of talking about the line moves.
Yeah, but it's always good to get that out there to let people know, what's going on from the morning. We love it. We break it down. It's always good work. Let's get to your games. But first, we got to give a shout out to the chat. The best goddamn chat in the goddamn game. Hands down. Brian, what's up, my man? Polly Walnuts, Peanuts in the house. William Herman, what's up, my guy? G Martinez, how you doing? Sam Comer, always up in here, always supporting. How you doing? Bill McHugh, good to see you. Jake Burns, John Harmon, Puzzler, up in here. Oki, Alexander Sosa, AJN, James Calley, Jay Peasy up in here. Shout out to Jay Peasy, Elliot V. Always good to see you. Cab, guy there, how you doing? Good first half better. As always, check him out on Twitter for his plays. Jake, how you doing? Jeff Slaughter, calling all shoeys. He's bringing it out. This is all week, baby. Calling all dirty boots filled with booze. Fitty Bones. T Mac up in here. Great to see you, T Mac. Jake Kaiser, my guy. Jake from State Farm. Rodney Barton. Lee, how you doing? Good to see Lee. Don Carleone. Trooper. Mark Stella. Rara Murray. Hell yeah, everybody up in here. Row your boat. Good to see you. Dragon Tran. Mac, what's up? Young Speedy, 33. What up, what up? Shout out to all you guys. Give me the thumbs up. That's all I ask for. If you haven't subbed, which I know all you guys have, but if you haven't, tell your friend, tell your girlfriend, tell your boss, tell your brother-in-law, sister-in-law. Subscribe to Post Sports Radio, baby. This is the place to goddamn be. All right, Max, let's get to the games, what people want to hear here. Let's get to your first one. A good one. It's going to tip off here, 45 minutes about Towson, UNC Wilmington. Towson's a 3-point favorite. This total's just moved 5 up a half point. It was 135 all day. Now it's moved basically everywhere, 135.5. What's your look in this game?
Yeah, for me, this is just a first half total that I think is just too low. I project 67 points for this total. I do expect Towson to be able to get into the 30s versus UNC Wilmington. Obviously, UNC Wilmington has had trouble getting their main pieces going against this Towson team. So it is going to be important for them to get to the free throw line, be able to establish their 3-point shot, and not get beat up too hard on the offensive glass. Where Wilmington has been best is in these types of dog situations, and also in these types of situations that they can play a team and not have to worry about turning the ball over. I think that at the end of the day, this is a Wilmington team that has earned our respect as far as laying these types of numbers with them. And even though Jalen Sims does have a lot of problems playing against this Towson defense with all these freaking defenders that can really close out on you and make your shot difficult, they were still able to win the game against Towson at home, at their building with overtime. So while I do think that Towson's much improved, having a healthy backcourt of Timberlake and freaking Terry Nolan and Jason Gibson and Antonio Rizzuto, I do think on the other side, Wilmington, while they have been tested as far as the 6-man rotation, I'm still willing to back them again. But my favorite play and the one that I bet is the first half over 63.5. I expect these guys to be physical enough that the refs are calling fouls and helping aid that first half over.
Yeah. I think Wilmington is in this game, Max. They got to score. Kind of like that, the first game. I know it went to overtime, but they were able to, to score on Tow's. Tow's been so good on the road, but laying this number, and they've been good all year long. And like earlier, Towson, I think if you like them, Wilmington's kind of come down in first halves. They kind of, and then they beat teams by 10 points, especially at home. I've seen it all year during the second half here. I think Sims has got to be big, like you mentioned. And I just think if Wilmington wins or at least covers, this game's tight, I think you can trickle over this number. Towson's got a solid defense. Wilmington not as much, but I think they could score. I think it's a fascinating game. I can't wait to watch it as soon as we get done here. All right, let's get to your next one here. Troy versus App State. This is one I looked at a lot last night. App State laying 3.5, a team that I like. Troy's been playing better basketball of late. This total's 127, obviously low. What do you like here?
Yeah, listen, I think that this is another spot where I'm looking towards the first half. I think that App State's defense is definitely up to the challenge to stop this Troy offense. With Zaire Williams, specifically Desmond Williams, Jackson Lethbridge, and then Effie ODG. These guys can definitely muck up a game and really freaking force you to be physical and maybe freaking walk into a couple fouls. That's been one of the knocks on App State, and I have to freaking throw some freaking mention behind that, because this team has gone off to some bad starts where they had a really good time being able to come back. I think for me, ordinarily, I would be saying, yeah, let's go App State big. Let's go App State first half big. But I'm going to have to fucking backtrack. I think that I'm going to trust Justin Forrest and Michael Almonsi and Adrian Delph to be able to put it together enough at home to beat this Troy team by 4. But unless they do a good job on the offensive glass and limit those turnovers to under 10 in this game, then it's going to be a lot easier said than done to do it. I'm going to be backing the home favorite here. I like it up to 5.5, and I'll take App State. So give me some of the Justin Forrest and these Mountaineers. Hopefully they drank a lot of moonshine and literally injected it into themselves.
Yeah, excellent. Should be a good game. Always get leery laying it with App State, but this team's played great. But Troy's playing better as of late. I think it will be close.
Tails
Shout out to
of
some
two halves, Connor. Tails
Yeah.
of two halves.
Yeah, it could be true. Hey, it just seems crazier and crazier, the tale of two halves. Just looking at from every day, through the last few years. It happens all the time, but it just seems so dramatic. Maybe it's just when you have the horrible losses. Mark Stella, no, this is not Giants color. This is gold. You would never catch me dead wearing that orange shit. Next one.
Prison orange? You're not
Yeah.
into baseball prison orange, eh?
Negative.
Okay.
IUPUI versus Robert Morris. Good old Bob Morris here. He's laying 14.5. Low total here, 124.5, right around there. What do you like in this one?
Yeah, listen, I'm seeing a 125 right now, and it's hilarious that this team, that this number is still going up. I think that, yeah, this is a spot where you probably don't want to lay 14 points with Robert Morris. You probably want to look towards their team total. But I think that with this team total, it's a spot where I'm looking to fucking fade IUPUI once again. They've had 2 games where they've scored over 55.5 points. One was against Purdue Fort Wayne. One was against Eastern Washington. No, it wasn't even against Eastern Washington. It was against a non-D1 opponent. So, yeah, forget that bullshit. Plain and simply, I don't trust IUPUI to score. They're playing a low roster. They didn't even fill out any of the spots from their freaking walk-on tryouts because they thought that all the players that were trying out weren't good enough and would actually cause more problems on the floor than cause positive freaking contributions. So, for me, it's under, because I'm not taking IUPUI to fucking score more than 55 points in this game. And I just don't think that freaking we're going to see an 80-point freaking outburst on the other side. So for me, until IUPUI beats me, I'll trust Robert Morris to be able to play good enough defense to keep them under 55.5. That's the team total that I like the most in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would just stick to
feels
that.
So stupid. It feels so stupid, bro.
Hey, cash a ticket. Cash a ticket. Doesn't matter how it comes.
And
all right, let's get to it.
This game. I'll be watching it, bud.
I'm sure you will. I know you're gonna have the monitors up in all the games you got going. Let's get to your next one. East Carolina, South Florida here, Max. South Florida's laying 2. Totals right around 129.5. Right in that range. What do you like here in this one?
Do I have to even look at my show notes for this game? Am I really going to even contemplate taking USF in this spot? No, I won't. I refuse to. ECU money line or nothing.
Yeah, they're just I'm surprised. South Florida, they play a little better at home. East Carolina, I don't. Ugh.
I'd rather freaking sniff a line of paprika than fucking bet on South Florida tonight.
That would fucking probably light you up. I've never thought about that. Sniff a line of paprika. Holy shit. You'd be sneezing for a minute. God damn.
I'd have my nostrils would be on fire. God damn.
Yeah, holy shit. All right, let's get to your last one. Just got a few, and we'll get to the rest today. Here, VMI, the key debts for Samford. Here, Max. Samford's laying 2, huge total. Obviously, we're gonna see points here, but could it get over this total here all the way up to 157?
Yeah, for me, this is a game where I have to be looking towards first half. This is definitely a little bit of an ass clencher when it comes to the first half because VMI is the one that is going to slow down the pace if one of them is going to slow down the pace. I think that VMI on the road is also the bigger problem for me. I haven't pulled the trigger on this. I do think that it has a good chance of getting through. But with Samford, they're going to have to get Q Glover the ball. They're going to have to get scoring into transition. And with them and their ability to put up as many shot attempts as they do, it's about efficiency and some accuracy. Luckily enough, they're going up against a 3-point defense that is not stout whatsoever. So that could amplify their 3-point shooting numbers, at least early on. And with VMI, they do hang out on the perimeter a ton and take a lot of shots out there. But if Trey Bonham could take it upon themselves to penetrate the defense and get to the rim, I do think that is going to make Sean Conaway and Candy Kerfman's 3-point shooting that much easier to come by. I'm hoping for a real fast start to this game and no feeling out. Bucky McMillan, he's going to run his boys at a fast tempo. Hopefully, it leads to over 75 points in the first half.
So you're looking first half over?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, definitely shouldn't be a shortage of points in that one, Max. Great work on the games. Always a great job. Shout out to the chat. Preston Burke, good to see you, my man. Yep, they got it done. Gerald Jones, what's up? Lance LaRose, PG, how you doing? Good to see everyone up in here. Zachary, what's up? You got a beer? We'll hit the link later and just jump in. Yeah, you got a shoe. You got a nice cold brewski.
Oh, God damn. God bless Zachary. There you go. I don't think I've ever seen
50's on the table,
before,
my guy.
I'm fucking happy.
We got a man. Step up to the dish.
Great. I like
Max is hyped. Nothing gets him.
I love watching people do shoeies. It brings me great pleasure. Great pleasure.
My guy, Trans, Canada. What up? What up? Trade Day, North Texas over. Can't wait to talk about that game here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Can they cover against the FAU team that's playing well of late? Let's touch on mine real quick here, Max. James Madison at College of Charleston. Charleston's laying 6. I'm a little bummed this line's moved up a little bit. Again, I guess there's news. Maybe I guess Molson might play. I don't know why this has moved up because I had 152.5. So it opened at 155. Just went down to 152. Now I see only 153.5 and 154. So I don't know what the news is. These teams played earlier in the year. Both play at crazy pace. So is College of Charleston, 95-94. When I saw this move down, there's certain spots I say, yeah. And you know what? This could end up 76-75. But I got to take it that James Madison doesn't play any defense. I think they can get what they want. Charleston doesn't at either. And I think James Madison could actually cover. You're looking at the side, Max. I mean, not crazy about it, but I think you start laying 6 here. That's about as far as I'd go with the College of Charleston. But I got the 152.5. I'll support it 153.5. I need points, and more points and pace, and I think we're going to get it here. What do you like in this game?
Yeah, I hope that there's points in the game because Charleston, that's what they're going to really elicit from their opponent with that Pat Kelsey Winthrop style of tempo. They're going to go up and down. They're going to give you lots of opportunities to get in transition and score. And if you can do that, then you're going to be in the game. If not, you're going to get smoked. I think that James Madison definitely was not able to keep up with Delaware. and they got blown out in the second half. I think that's a big problem for me because they just have no natural size. And against Andrew Carr and possibly Dylan Painter, that came back to hurt them. I don't think that Charleston has the big men that can do that to him, but John Meek scoring in the mid range is definitely no Boy Scout. So tough game either way, but I would definitely have to lean towards the points more so than the side.
Both defenses, like I said, it could stay under. There was a few really close ones here. With these two, I don't take many, you know me, Matt, and I see these 150s that drop. Usually I stay away from. I don't like its move kind of back up because I got the 152.5 because at 155 it was there, but I saw it move down. I think you get there. These defenses they're the perfect teams to meet each other. I don't know if it's 95-94, but you know what I mean? I think they're just those type of teams, just up and down, pace, not much defense. I think scoring will be easy, so we'll see and get it done here. It's a lot of points in a college game to score here, but I think we can get it done. Alrighty, let's get to my next one. Montana State versus Eastern Washington. This is a good one. Montana State's laying 2. There's even a 2.5 out there. I have to double check this again. Or write it down. But if you can get this 2.5, I'll find it in 1 second. Eastern Washington at home, Max. This team's played better on the road, but I want them here at home where they can score. Both these teams can score. Both average 76 points a game. Obviously, Montana State a little better defensively, only giving up 67. But I like them at home, not as much on the road here. Now they're laying a bucket. I thought about taking Eastern Washington money line, and it's 115 at most places. I can't even get 120. So if I can get this 2.5, I'll take it. I also think there's points here. Some of these games have kind of been right around this number, and that's why it's set at 145. I think it can creep over. I lean that to the over, but I think Eastern Washington at home gets what they want. Steele Venters, these guys, Rylan Burleson, I think they get the job done. They hit 10 threes a game. It's 17th in the country. Montana State can score as well. So not only the points, but I think Eastern Washington at home gets a big win. This is the spot to be in. This is where I want them at home. I think they can get the W. I'll take the 2.5, though, in this one. What do you like? Montana State, Eastern Washington.
Listen, I think that with this Eastern Washington offense, quick strike is so important for them. And if Rylan Burgeson can do that, I do think that this team has that last connecting piece to be able to freaking take care of business at home. With their freaking ability to stretch a game, extend a game, and do that with freaking quick outlets to the other side of the court for a 3-point look. If Rylan Burgeson goes off, I just think that is the fucking necessary piece you need.
I think and as he's hitting the shots. I think they win here. BetMGM's got a 2.5. FanDuel's got a 2.5. And there's a place or two like BetMGM on the total even has 144.5 as well if you're looking to the over in that game. All right, Max, that is it for my 2. I have a few more leans that we will get to in the games. We'll talk into more depth. But first, let's get a word from our sponsors. Let's get it done. Boom, if you're in the San Antonio area, get to the best bar in town, Southtown 101. Get a drink, eat some food, have a good time, get up and even sing some karaoke. Go to mybookie.ag at promo code Pub Sports. Got to have multiple books, multiple lines. Promo code Pub Sports. Use the Bitcoin, transfer it real quick. They'll match you with 1,000. They give you 1,000. And last, go to manscaped.com. Promo code Pub Sports. Get all the great products they have there. Great product in Manscaped. We love them here at Pub Sports Radio. And last, get the Pub Rub, 2 for $25. Get them both. They're the shit. Get your meat rubbed, seasoned, your ribs, your brisket, your chicken, all that good shit. The Pub Rub. And while you're at pubsportsradio.com, check out all our stuff, our plays, cop a t-shirt. We have all our Twitter stuff up there from all the great cappers here at Pub Sports Radio as well. So go to pubsportsradio.com. Yeah, Noli, I'll do a shoe if you do one, my man. You come on here, rip a shoe with me. Talk a big game. I'll meet you next week, maybe, and we'll do that. All right. He wants me to do one. Let's see you do one. Let's do it together. Let's get to that North Texas game, Max, since we brought it up. North Texas, FAU. This total's 122. What do you like here? They're laying 2 on the road, maybe even higher, 2.5. North Texas, FAU.
I think that FAU team total over 59.5 is just too hard to pass up. That's the play that I would go for in the game. I think that with FAU, we've seen this amazing offense, but we've also seen North Texas shut them the fuck down. Maybe this is a situation where they're able to get their offense going a little, but I don't really have a lot of faith in them with that great offense being able to beat North Texas even on their home floor. It's been a tough place for people to go in and play. I just think that at the end of the day, Reuben Jones, Martez McBride, and Thomas Bell are good enough. I just think that there's so much value with a team like FAU who can score into the high 70s on the regular versus top tier opponents in this conference at home. So 59.5 is where I'm going.
Yeah, man, it should be a good game there. Damn, should be a good one. All right, let's get to this one. Someone threw it in the chat. I'm going to try to get back to some of these. Arkansas State, Texas State. Texas State laying 5.5. This total's 133, Max. What do you like here?
Yeah, with this spot, it's definitely an interesting spot when it comes to the total because Texas State is a good free throw shooting team. They do a good job of penetrating the paint and not settling for jump shots. I just worry that do they really want to get into an up and down game versus this offense? You know, the biggest problem for Texas State is how they deal with size and really strong perimeter defenders. And in this game, Arkansas State is going to have to bring a full roster, and that's just not a guarantee right now. We know that Desi Sills has been injured and had some issues. Same with Caleb Fields. Caleb Fields was back last time out, but I'm just not sure that this Arkansas State team has the full freaking plethora of their weapons. Norcat O'Meara is going to be unstoppable on the interior. His double-double streak just came to an end. I think that he gets something going, but at the end of the day, Texas State is rolling right now. This is a top battle in the conference. I'd have to go with the home team, and I have to go with the under.
Yeah, that's my look here as well. 5.5. I think it's good enough. I think they can cover. And I'd lean under at this number. You know, there's 133s, even 133.5. So I'd lean under in this one as well.
Yeah,
that was one I was looking at.
Bro. Shelby Adams has a big game tonight. That's what I'm fucking thinking of the big three.
Excellent. Let's get to this one out west, Max. This should be a good game. San Francisco at St. Mary's. St. Mary's laying 2.5. Total 132. What do you like here?
Yeah, listen, I think that this is a St. Mary's spot. I think that St. Mary's on the short number at home with the way that Alex Dukas and Logan Johnson can penetrate the paint. I do like the fact that they are throwing it continuously early on in games down to Matthias Toss. And when he can go over his right or left shoulder, it definitely opens up some jump shots and some driving lanes with that big bod. I think that with San Francisco, obviously Todd Golden, as a former player of Randy Bennett, wants to go in and win this game at frickin' St. Mary's Place. But I just don't think that it's a good matchup for them. Their guards are quick and everything, but I
Yeah.
do think that when you have a brick wall protecting the paint, it makes it difficult for Shabazz and freaking and Rashawn and all the freaking guards that they got. So at the end of the day, for me, this is the St. Mary's spot. It's the St. Mary's number, and we're betting the number, not the teams.
Yeah. Look at Max. If this was 5.5 or so with St. Mary's, or 6, I'd maybe look San Francisco. San Francisco's played well. They haven't got their ass kicked too much all year long. They've been in games. But if you do like St. Mary's, there's a few 2.5s out there, and other spots there's 3. And in the St. Mary's, in this total, I could only look under 132. Because San Francisco can just get as slow as they want to in a game like this. So I lean strong to this under as well. Alrighty, let's keep it rolling here. Let me go back. So we have, what about this one, Max? Austin P. Murray State, they're laying that big number, 18.5. Murray State this totals 130.5. What do you like in this one?
Yeah, this isn't a spot that I have anything on. I would probably lean towards that Murray State team total over. The way that Austin P plays defense, the under is probably the best way to play this game.
Yeah, they've had 12 straight unders. Austin P has. This number is a little bit scary. Man, it's a shitload of points too. I mean, just for the lean, just off this, Austin P's been playing better basketball. I take the points and lean under like you would, but I just have a feeling at 130 it could trickle over. Murray State's been able to score what they want, but if Austin P plays the way they want, Max, they'll keep this low scoring, like 65, 60, or even in the 50s. Can cover this number and keep it under. So that's where I lean in this one. I was looking at that one a lot today. All right, let's get to a big one here, Max. Michigan, Iowa, you talked about this line movements come down into the total. It's 149, right around there, 149.5. It's gone from 6 to 5 and some 4.5. So what do you like here, Michigan, Iowa?
I think that the easiest way to attack this game is to keep on attacking Keegan Murray on your props, keep on attacking Hunter Dickinson on his props, and then I guess I would be looking toward taking a shot with this Iowa team on the first half. What have they done consistently? That's some homerism right there. That's some homerism. That's a Michigan homerism. The good thing about first half bets are they don't determine who wins or loses the game. We're just playing the number. And when you look at the numbers are going to tell you that Iowa, they are trustworthy early on. They are not trustworthy late. And when they are at home, they can be even defensively dominant early on and then open up like a hooker's legs on the back end. I think that this is a spot where Iowa's first half team total is interesting, and Iowa at a number less than 5 is definitely fruitful to me. So, not the popular pick with the producer backstage, but the play that I'm rolling with.
Yep, I want nothing to do with this game, period, at all. So I'll just pass. Let's get to Central Florida. Houston. Houston's laying 14. 13.5 max. This total's 136.5, just about across the board. Can Central Florida hang or just Houston beat down here?
I hope that it's a nice competitive offensive start to the game. What's been really working for me when it comes to Houston is not betting them full game because they somehow combust in a lot of situations. I worry about them covering this number full game. I do think that if they're going to be providing some cupcakes for me, it's going to be early via their first half team total, via their first half total in general, or on the spread. That's the only way that I'm looking at it. I think that with Central Florida, they do have that underdog freaking ring to it, but with Houston coming off just a disturbing performance against Memphis, I just don't see Coach Sampson not expecting and getting a normal Cougar performance on home court.
All righty, excellent. Let's hit this one up real quick. Wichita State, Cincy. Cincinnati's laying 2.5. This total's 135.5. Are you interested in this game at all?
Listen, I think that with Wichita, it's very interesting to see this Travis Etienne 3 point hotness that he's getting. With Wichita, obviously they have been challenged outside of him from the 3 point line, but I do think that this is a situation, and most importantly, a number where the Wichita Shockers are going to have some value. I don't like Cincinnati in these types of situations. I thought that they were going to be able to make a comeback last time out. And at the end of the day, I just don't like what I'm seeing from my betting model on Cincinnati games. And I don't like what I'm seeing on the court as far as Johnny Newman and guys like Hayden Koval and Jeremiah Davenport. I thought that there would be more growth. That hasn't happened.
Yeah, they're just not playing good basketball right now. So that was one for me as well. I don't want any part of it. I didn't see much value at all. UTSA, Southern Miss here from Christopher Comentini. They're laying 2.5, total 135.5, I believe. What do you like here, Max?
Yeah, Southern Miss game.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that it's an interesting spot because Southern Miss is going off to the Sun Belt, so this is going to be the last time that they play for a while. With Southern Miss, having Jerron Pierre being able to score from the backcourt is going to be key. There's only so much that Tyler Stevenson and Isaiah Moore are going to be able to provide as far as scoring, and Southern Miss needs to freaking get a win. Luckily enough, they're playing a team that has not been able to win on the road whatsoever. And Southern Miss can pat themselves on the back for playing a really good 40 minutes. They were able to stretch Western Kentucky out. They were really able to get some good ball facilitation from freaking Waylon Napier. And I just think that when you look at them, they do have a lot of length. They do have a lot of size, and they make it tough on the interior to score. Unless you're hitting a bunch of jump shots, I think that Southern Miss is the spot to go here, and it feels crazy to say that, but this is the bottom and the battle of cellar dwellers. So
Yeah.
I'll take
Bum
the home
fight.
team. Yeah, I can't even get the words out, Connor. Disgusting.
Yeah, it's it's disgusting.
I'm gonna bet it.
So
I'm gonna watch
so
it too.
bad. But I'm gonna bet it. I love it. This one you mentioned on your line move, Max. I thought a lot of taking the 10.5 last night, and it's moved. There's 8.5 though, even nines, a few 9.5s. Just depending on where you look. This Greensboro Chattanooga game, this total though stayed right about the same, moved up maybe a half point at 126.5. You like Greensboro here or Chattanooga at home?
I think that with the number going from double digits to singles, it really changes it for me. I would have taken Greensboro at a double digit dog, but right now, I'm not looking to get on it. I think that if I were to have a free play, I would take Greensboro first half. Silvio D'Souza will not play tonight. I don't know about KJ Hankton, but if you take those guys out, you do take out their depth and their best player in the front court. Josh Ayeni and Avery Diggs will be able to provide a platoon, but they're going to have to play small and play with AJ Caldwell on the floor alongside David Jean-Baptiste and Malachi Smith.
Yeah, I'll see if Greensboro can hang in there. Playing a little bit better as of late. Chattanooga been good all year.
Much better, Connor. I'd say much
better.
Yeah.
I almost pulled it last night. Bet the 10.5. God damn it. Shout out to the chat. Got over 190 in here. We only got 69 likes, even though I like 69. We need a hundo here. We got to get there, get the hundo, hit the likes, baby. That's all we ask. Give us a thumbs up. All right, Max. Let's keep rolling. I'm going to hit a few of these more up top, and then we'll get down to maybe some of the later ones. How about this one? Abilene Christian versus Sam Houston State. Houston State laying 1.5, total 136.5. Did you have anything in this one?
Oh, yeah, it's WAC basketball. I love these new teams that have joined the WAC, and Sam Houston State with Savion Flagg being able to dominate. And I just don't see anyone on Abilene Christian's roster that's going to be able to stop him tonight. Not to mention, Savion Flagg is a guy that can win the game on his own. He can go full ISO, but when he has his teammates contributing like DeMarcus Lampley and Javion May, Tristan Ikpe, then that's when they're at their best. Max. If this becomes a rock fight, I do like Sam Houston State a lot better. And the fact that Sam Houston State's on their home floor and there is a lot of existing understanding between these two coaching staffs, I still think that it favors Sam Houston State. And more importantly, my number liked them up until 5.5. So this is a real short number, and I will be on Sam Houston State.
I like it as well, Max. And I think they will slow it down. I lean to this under as well. I was taking a look at it earlier. Sam Houston State plays great defense, and at times they have trouble scoring, but they are at home, and they're just laying the short number here. Let's touch on this one here, Max. That was up here. One more. One of these. We had up here Drexel, laying 8, and William and Mary. Interesting spot here. There's a few 8.5s. This total, like you talked about, it's moved 3 points or so to 142.5. What do you like, Drexel, William, Mary?
Yeah, it's a dangerous thing to bet against William and Mary when they're at home unless they're playing Towson. So I'm just not going to make a habit of it. I'm just going to say William and Mary first half and then go from there.
I need doubles for William and Mary, and at times that hasn't helped me. I don't know which team's going to show up. They were on a long road trip, though, I believe, and 3 games. So this is their first game back home. Let me double check that. Yeah, they played 3 straight on the road, dropped them all. So if I had 10, I was going to think about playing them, Max. I still kind of lean their way. Really gambling here. William and Mary, but they've done it at least in conference play. Alrighty, Max, let's keep rolling. Let's get to some of these other ones someone mentioned. Let's get to this one. Oral Roberts, North Dakota State. North Dakota State's laying 1.5, total 154.5. What do you like in this one? We should see points.
Yeah, I think we should see points. I think that it's most important to realize that Oral Roberts needs this. If they want to get that second bye in the Summer League tournament, that means that they got to win this game, period. So you have to really decide where your numbers are pointing you towards, and you just have to trust on that. I think that while Max Asmus has been struggling, this is a game that just prototypically he has had a significant outpour in. If he gets loose, Kareem Thompson and Francis Lassay are good enough players to provide the rest of the complementary scoring. But if you're going to have a Max Asmus that barely puts in 20 points, or Roberts probably lose this game, especially with North Dakota State being fully healthy right now.
Alrighty, someone wants to know here. Let's get to it. FDU. Fairleigh Dickinson, Merrimack, the total 130.5, Max. Also, let's just touch the side. Merrimack's lane 7.5 here. What do you like?
Yeah, nothing on the side. If I were to jump on the total, it's hard not to look at Merrimack, but I will say this. With Merrimack having Devin Jensen back down at the bottom of the zone, it does create, first off, really good offense for them, and it also creates a guy that can close out on a three-point shooter and defend in the post. Going up against the young but very capable 4-5 combo Mikey Square, and Quan Hill, it's going to be difficult, but tough spot either way.
How about a spot here, Max, to talk about? People are asking in the chat. Creighton at DePaul. Yes, last night this was 3. It is now 2 most everywhere. And you mentioned the line move all the way up 5 points to 140 or so. Do you have any look here, Creighton DePaul?
Under, and that fabulous Canadian point guard, my fellow Canadian, Mr. Ryan Nembhard. He will be the MVP. He will score, and he will do it for all the maple syrup in Quebec.
You heard it there. Canadian. Boom.
And it's under. Fading that fucking line movement. I'll fade it like I freaking piss on the urinal wall at a public mall's bathroom.
Nice. Creighton at times can struggle to score, Max. So this, I'm surprised it's moved so much. But DePaul at home has played to the over. They're not very good defensively, but they've played better of late. But now they're laying points. DePaul's catching points all the time. Just a tricky spot. Yeah.
You also got Javon Freeman back last game, but he didn't look completely healthy. I don't know if
Yeah.
he's healthy yet. So that may be a subtraction by addition.
Yeah. I'm going to stay off tonight, that one. Let's get to this one people have been talking about, Max. Let's get to some of these late ones before. We'll go rapid fire here in a minute. Let's touch on a couple of these big ones, though. Let's touch this one, though. People have mentioned Santa Clara, 5.5 point favorites. This totals come down to 146.5. Santa Clara seems to be healthy and rolling, Max, but now they're laying 5.5 on the road. What do you like here, Santa Clara, Loyola?
Number seems weird. Very, very strange number to take Santa Clara as a 5-point favorite. Originally, when I read the line on the sports book that I was betting overnights on, I read it the other way. And then I had to actually rub the freaking sleep out of my eye and be like, oh, they're a 5-point favorite? It could cash for sure. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
But I don't like that. I think Santa Clara can win the game. But Stan Johnson seems to have been playing so bad. One of these days, they are going to freaking pull a win. Could be tonight at home. Hopefully not, because I do see Don Corleone with his parlay and it has Santa Clara in it. And I may have to tell you, Don.
They're playing better basketball like they were in the beginning of the year, Santa Clara. They seem healthy. The whole lineup's in there, pipes, so yeah.
They got 3 Canadians.
There you go. Ding, 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 ding. 3 more dings. 3 more Canadians today. All right, let's get to this one. Washington State, UCLA. Here, Max. UCLA's laying 9.5. Obviously, low total here, 129.5, which it might be too low. I think you could get over. What do you think here? UCLA, Washington State.
UCLA team total over. It's like going to the strip club, bringing enough cash in your pocket to get a couple lap dances, not doing the walk of shame. You just feel good when you're leaving.
You just feel great. Okay. Let's hit this one. Just a big game. Washington at USC. SC's laying 11.5. Total 139. Is this just a get-right spot for the Trojans? Or a flat spot? I mean, they beat at UCLA. So what do you think here? Washington, SC.
Isaiah Mobley will be coming back, so that's going to be a big thing for them. He got, I guess, punched in the face or elbowed in the face or some shit like that.
I think it was an elbow, but
yeah. So he got hit in the face, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold Steve Austin said so. And I know I'm mixing up wrestling lines there, but I just do that. At the end of the day, I think that there's just a ton of value taking this Washington team as an underdog at this type of number. The fact is, these guards have so much chemistry, just know how to play with each other. It makes a big difference at the collegiate level. Going up against USC's toughness and size, you really got to force Drew Peterson into turnovers and mistakes. He gets frazzled and he needs a haircut. So I'm all about Washington in this spot at the number. And with Washington games, I've learned better than to take unders. I'll take an over before I take an under with the Washington Husky team this year.
Great work, Max. Let's get to the rapid fire. But first, shout out to everyone. I think we got to 100. Blackthor King, shout out to you, my guy. It's great to see you in here. Rem Most wants to know, is Dr. Mandy blonde or brunette, Max?
Dr. Mandy is a dyed blonde. Most brunettes end up dyeing their hair blonde because they're not happy as brunettes. Not to say that I don't love brunettes, because I love brunettes also, but you party with blondes, you settle down with brunettes.
Wise words by Maxwell Smart there. Definitely. All right, let's go rapid fire here. Let's get it.
Revenge spot for Nevada. I think that it's a bad spot to try and back San Jose State again, and I'm very tempted to.
Yeah, I'm tempted too. I would have need doubles. I got to stay off.
Yeah, I despise the Pac-12, but I'm going to be rolling with my guy Dabby Cab with Stanford.
I'd lean Stanford, and I think Stanford's, I use an under team, but a team like Utah doesn't play defense even here at 140 or so, 140, I'd lean over.
No redheads. They're touched by the devil. No, thank
Yeah.
you. No. Devil redheads. Devils. Yeah, I think that's San Diego. UC San Diego is going to be pulling an upset again tonight. Tony Rokic, the Swiss businessman, the guy who frickin' settles wars. They called him into Russia, Ukraine, and he's back to play a basketball game tonight. Woo!
The Swiss businessman?
Yeah.
Island profiling.
Take UC San Diego. Money line, they win outright.
Yes. Shante Leggins is going to be the coach of the year in the WCC, and he is going to win another game for this program tonight. Look for Moses Wood to split the ocean and bring the wood.
Portland wins, and there's money coming on San Diego. I'm still in Portland. There's a few 1.5s out there. I think they win at home here, playing better.
All right, Portland State is going to fuck with their eyes open. I love how this team is playing. As long as they don't get slowed down by Northern Arizona's length and size early, I think it could be wire to wire good times, like swimming with a goddamn great white shark.
Over.
Long Beach, Long Beach, Long Beach in many, many fucking ways. It better not fucking disappoint me.
Yeah. Tricky spot here. Just they should win, but watch the cover here.
Love the enthusiasm, boys.
This could be a Bakersfield outright win. I cannot trust Riverside laying any type of number. This 3-point shooting makes me cry. It makes me cringe, and it makes my ass clench so tight that fucking I can't even fucking take a dump. It's ridiculous.
It's not good when this man can't shit. I agree. That's too many points. That's 7. Take Bakersfield. I think they covered tonight.
This is definitely a pass game for me.
God. Colorado's playing better, but it's a pass.
Yeah, Cal Fullerton could win tonight. UC Santa Barbara, I don't like you. You make me mad. You used to be my favorite. Now you're not. And your shirts are ugly. Go Fullerton.
Yeah, I'd lean Santa Barbara here. I just don't want to lay 5.5.
This is definitely a tough game because it's a quick turnaround second game. I'm not gonna use the term revenge because it's like used way too often. It's just the second game that they play.
Under, Max. Give me the under here. Too many points. Under 135.
I think that Akron is definitely in a good situational rebound after an outright loss to Western Michigan.
God, this is ugly. Pass.
Oh, Wagner. How do you fucking not come back strong after you lost by 15? Okay? You got business to do. Staten Island business. Get it fucking done.
Staten Island Ferry. Lean Wagner.
Okay. Middle Tennessee. Have they not been good to us for so long in so many games and so many different numbers? Be good to us one more time. Be good to us.
I think this is an over, Max, and there's some 3.5s. If I had to, I lay the points. I don't do it crazy, but I'd take Middle Tennessee and lay it with the 3.5, 4 here.
When I think about Delaware, I think about certain people living by the river, someone pushing them in, and then when they went to extend their arm for you to pull them out, you beam them in the face with a fucking unripe potato. Oh, yeah. Delaware, baby. Delaware.
Max, have you ever made a potato gun?
No, I have not.
You haven't? Oh, I have.
Yeah.
Oh, like, yeah. Oh, you got it. You would love these things, man. Talk about blasting some with a potato. If you ever come to the States, potato gun. It's just
Yeah,
for
if
you.
they let me in, maybe I
I got
just
the
gotta go.
hookup. I got the hookup, Max.
Elon with the points here.
This is a pass game for me.
Yeah, pass.
Not ever taking Marshall. Never, never. I refuse. Ever not taking Marshall.
Pass for me.
Georgia Southern, Georgia State. Wish that I got on at the beginning of the line. Now that I'm on the ass end of it, I'm just gonna have to play it live. But under basketball is what I am feeling from a crystal ball that someone else has.
I lean under.
Bryant will win. They will dominate, and they will get Hal Elias back. And of course, when you have Adam Alita from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, how can't you go wrong? Fuck yeah! No 4-point game this time around.
Pass.
South Alabama, Coastal Carolina. I definitely have to look towards an ugly game, a lack of offensive, pleasant game, and probably it'd be like watching Sharpie and a BBW on a date feeding each other chicken wings. Yeah.
Under.
LIU St. Francis. LIU better win, but can you really trust this team on the road and lay points with them? I'm not sure.
No, I can't. Pass.
I love Arizona. I love Arizona. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, Arizona team total, but I'm not playing it.
If ULL can't go into ULM and eat their alligator steak, I don't know what they can do.
Pass.
Louisiana Tech's been good to me. I don't know how they stop Kenneth Lofton inside. UTEP's been rolling. I think that train comes to a crashing halt tonight, called Kenneth Lofton and his gut.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech wins, but you're not going to catch me laying 9.
Charlotte, Western Kentucky, big move to that total. And, Charlotte with Jameer Young, especially after losing Musa Jallo, they're going to have to play more up tempo. And beating Jamarian Sharp down the floor is going to be a priority tonight. Look for Charlotte maybe to pull an upset.
Yeah, I'd lean Charlotte with the points and under, but this has already took a huge hit to total.
Rice and UAB. Oh, man. UAB, you owe me some money, bud. You owe me some money. Jelly Walker, I don't want no jelly sandwich. I want you to come in. I want you to dominate. And then at halftime, I want you to beat Rice by double digits like you have in many home games this year. UAB team total over, Connor, and UAB at halftime.
Yeah, because I wouldn't lay the points. Go with the max if you want that. Take the team total if you're going to play it.
Eastern Illinois all day, baby. I'm confident about it. Belmont has nothing to fucking beat these guys by that. If it was a 14-point spread and then they beat them by 27, okay, I understand that. But that's a lot of pressure, and I think that people know these lines. I can't prove it, but those student managers are betting on the games. And once I can, I'm going to blackmail them.
Pass.
Yeah, definitely looking towards the first half under in this game, and I may have to punch myself in the face for doing that.
Yeah, there'll be points, but I'm not playing it.
I think Weber State rolls. I think that Weber State team total is a better play instead of having to lay all those points. But Sacramento State, even with Bryce Fowler running offense in the high post, isn't going to be enough.
Weber. But yeah, take the team total. They have problems covering numbers, even at home, this big.
Yeah, this is a pass for me.
If I had to, I'd lean over, but it's already moved up a few points.
I think that Northern Colorado should be able to put up points. I think that even though they're a 7-point favorite, their team total is still within my range.
Over.
Yeah, I'm definitely riding with Oregon. How many times can they disappoint me? I don't think they're going to disappoint me tonight.
Dangerous move. Under.
Colorado State, New Mexico, first half under, please and thank you.
This is a dangerous spot for Colorado State with the points here. I haven't took it, but I'd lean New Mexico.
Yes. I like McNeese, but I'm not completely sold on them. Christian Shoemate better show up. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I'm not sold on them either. Max 10's a lot. And this one should see a ton of points too, but obviously the line's right on here at 150.
Yeah, UMKC all day. Josiah Alec is back. He's got great hair, and he can fucking score and rebound, which helps freaking Arkel Lamar.
Shout out, this is the Taint play of the day. He's on the over, so that's all I have to say. Taint is just over 140.
All right, that is a pass for me.
Pass.
Yeah, I definitely like Denver in the game. Omaha, yeah, they can ball. I just think that we're going to see a good KJ Hunt, a healthy KJ Hunt, and that leads to a winning KJ Hunt.
If I had played Denver in the over.
Yeah, I'm looking at South Dakota team total over. I probably have to lean towards taking the number with St. Thomas, but their legs give up in second halves and then they get smacked around. So it's just a tough game either way.
Yeah, it's a pass for me. South Dakota should win though.
Yeah, I like Southeast Louisiana. I think that Texas A&M Corpus Christi has reached their climax, and now they are slowly losing wood.
Pass.
This is also a pass for me.
This is ugly. Pass. Man.
And once again, another pass for
This
me.
is ugly.
Ohio Valley trash.
Oof. Pass.
Last one, boys. Last one. We got through it.
I love Incarnate Word. RJ Clasper, you should have stayed at Oral Roberts, but now you're in this shithole of a program. Love the brick wall at the home gym. Incarnate Word, get some revenge, baby.
I wish they were catching a few more points, Max, but yeah, I agree with you. And initially I like the under, but this has crashed down 3 points. So, all right, Max, that's it. God damn, there's a lot of games today. Holy shit balls. All righty, shout out to the chat. We got to the hundo, Mark, Cab, Matty Ice, Gerald Jones, Puzzler, Zachary, Jake, everybody, Jake, the other Jake, Jay Peasy, Young Speedy, 33, Okie, T-Mac, Crystal Warren, Polly Walnuts, Peanuts, Brian Gant, what's up, my man? Everyone, shout out to everyone. Daryl Turner, thanks for being here. All right, Max, give a last word to the chat. Give your play. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, listen, I think chat, you guys gotta fucking take it slow when you're when you're making love to a woman. And like this freaking card today, there's a lot of sexy freaking cupcakes. I think I'm going to one of the dirtiest, one of the ugliest one, and I'm taking IUPUI team total under 55.5. That's what we're going with. Okay? I feel dirty, I feel greasy, and I'm also gonna add ECU plus 1.5. I don't trust USF. I don't like USF. I'm not doing it. I won't do it. So I'm taking those two plays, and hopefully both of them cash.
Excellent. I'm taking this. Hopefully I get points, Max. James Madison, College of Charleston, over 153 and a half. That's the line now. I got 152 and a half, but one more point, get there. And Eastern Washington, it wasn't good enough. 110, 115. I'll take the plus 2.5 here. But I think they can win outright. And also in that game, I'd lean over if I had to play the total in Montana State, Eastern Washington. All right, Max, we're out of here. Shout out to you guys in the chat. We appreciate you. He's great, Maxwell Smart. I'm Conor Mack. We're out of here. We be pumping! Peace.